Hey y'all, this is Gwen to Be Means to Be Free. I wanted to come in and do a video about something that's been on my mind probably all day. Been on my mind. Don't know what prompted it. Well, I know what prompted it. But I want to talk to you about forgiveness. And I think this came about after I had been on Facebook this morning and I saw where someone said, I will forgive, but I will not forget. And because, think this was typewritten, it was typed in, I didn't hear the inflection in the person's voice and all of that stuff. Sometimes we can make things be what we want them to be, but the way I read it is just the way I read it. It seemed as if, it's easy to say to someone, I forgive, but I won't forget. In the manner that you say that, in the manner that you even think about it, are you truly forgiven? Have you truly forgiven the person? Are you being forgiving? Do you have a forgiving heart at that particular time? And I immediately started praying. I said, God, if I've ever told someone that, hey, I've forgiven you, please, God, teach me how to live in forgiveness. Teach me how to walk in forgiveness. Teach me how to mean that I have truly forgiven. I remember a situation not too long ago where I had a talk with a person that we didn't see eye to eye on something. And I told the person, I said, you know what? I forgive you. Now, I know that when I left that conversation, when I walked away, at that point, I can be honest with myself now, I had not completely forgiven. It took me a while to truly settle into forgiveness. And so I was thinking about it today. God, I just want to, if I say to a person, I've forgiven you, I want to truly mean it. If I've said to a person, I've forgiven you, I want to be able to see that person again and not even think about what transpired. I do, God, want to forget in the sense of I'm removed from it and we can move on. The next time I see you, I can speak to you, I can hug you with godly love and truly mean it. We cannot use forgiveness as a judgment against another person. We can't use it as sentencing against another person. You can't do it. If you read the word of God, he tells us explicitly that we have to forgive because we're going to want him to forgive us. So in the same thing, if we ask God for forgiveness, but we can't forgive another person, God ain't going to forgive. I mean, who are we really? And so I just wanted to talk today about truly forgiving people, leaving it, and being able to live from that point on, knowing, yeah, I forgive you, and we can just move on. Don't say it and have this sordid feeling. Don't say it and have this disgusting feeling inside of yourself the next time you see that person or group of people. Don't do that. That's not the best way to live. That's not the best way to love. We have to forgive. We have to, hey, I can love you and we can just move on from this. That's total forgiveness because that's what God does for us. He totally forgives us and he doesn't bring it up the next time, and he doesn't allow us to bring that back. He's, I've cast that away. So why don't you just live and move on from it? Because I have. That's the wonderful thing about it. Another situation, I was better able to live a life with happiness, peace, and joy after I forgave my mom for something that happened when I was in high school. And it was something she needed to be forgiven for, whether she asked for it or not, because, my mom came up old school. Hey, it is what it is. Do as I say and not as I do, blase blah. It is what it is. And parents didn't come to their children and say, you know what, I need you to forgive me for what I did. But I had to, even if she didn't ask for it, in my heart, I had to forgive her so that I could move on and not be sitting around harboring all of these ill feelings and hurting myself, making myself become stagnant because of the bad feelings I was feeling towards actions she took towards me that I couldn't even control as her child. My mom wasn't a bad woman, but that particular thing, it really jacked me up for a while. And I had to say, God, help me to forgive so that I can move on. So now this is what I want to kind of challenge you to do. If you are living with issues, forgiveness issues, give it to God. Ask God to help you to forgive so that you can move on. And ask God to help you to forget in the sense that the next time that you see this person, these people or whomever, that you can say, all is forgiven and I've moved on. If you say you've forgiven, but you still running around with this jalapeno sauce in your heart about a situation, you haven't truly let it go. You haven't truly forgiven. Walk in true forgiveness, because there's going to come a time, if it hasn't come already, that you're going to need God to forgive you. And I think it's in Matthew where he talks about forgiveness. So we have to just truly be authentic in our forgiveness so that we can be authentic in the rest of our lives. What do y'all say? All right. Just remember that I love y'all real hard. Y'all have a blessed evening. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.